Good morning. Happy whatever day it is of quarantine. I haven't been keeping count, and just joining you from my office or otherwise breakfast table. Really just excited to share a devotional with you guys today because devotionals are really just that, a morning or a time or just a presence of just devoting time to God. And so today, as I was pouring breakfast, I was just thinking about what it would look like if we became what we ate. And so I'm pouring these Lucky Charms and I'm thinking, what if by eating these Lucky Charms, I became like the luckiest person ever? And every single bite that I took, I just became even more lucky. And obviously it doesn't work that way, and Lucky Charms would be like way more expensive than $4 at Target. But what if we actually did become what we ate? And it made me think about the movie or the book of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there's this scene of this girl named Violet. And she's in the chocolate factory, really disobedient, kind of a terrible little girl. But the story goes as she's eating this gum. It's this blueberry bubble gum that makes you taste the best kind of blueberries. But little does she know that this gum is defective. And as she eats it, she turns into this like massive blueberry, and they have to like roll her out and do all this stuff to like make her normal again. But she became like this massive blueberry because she ate this blueberry gum. And I was thinking, well, maybe we don't become what we eat, but maybe we become what we consume. And what I mean by that is maybe all of the TV that you're watching right now, all of the music that we listen to, even the friends that we hang out with, or what we spend our money on, that's the stuff that we start to become. And it's like a scary thing, but it also can be like a relieving thing that we are very much fluid, meaning like we become what we put ourselves into. And so as much as you can put yourself into maybe not the not so good stuff, you can also put yourself into good situations and feed yourself good food, make healthy choices. And it really made me think about the scripture in Matthew 6:21, and it says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so really, Jesus had it right. Like where our treasure is, where we bury the most valuable parts of ourselves, there our heart will also be. And what better way to start a devotion than to really just self-reflect and take time to think about where we spend our time and where we spend our money. And why don't we go ahead and open his word to Matthew 6:20. And we'll start actually in Matthew 6:19. And it goes like this. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so that paints a beautiful picture of what we have here on earth, what we have in our pockets, what we have attached as we're going through and scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Like, that's nothing. Moth and rust and all of that stuff turns to dust. And the word says that, but when we store up things for heaven, then there are treasures and there our heart will be also. And so in this time home, I think sometimes we can immediately jump to the comfort. We can immediately jump to, oh my gosh, I have all this free time and I want to spend it watching TikTok all day, because honestly I had to delete TikTok because I would do that. So don't be that person, okay? Be the person that wakes up a little bit earlier, even though you know that you're off of school, and opens the word and prays for their day, because really a devotional is the sharpening of a sword before battle. That's the image that I think of whenever I think of a devotion. I think of this warrior who's getting ready for their day or for a battle, and they're sharpening their sword because they want to make sure that they are the most suited to win and to be victorious for that battle. And so if we're in the Word, which is supposed to be a sword, our shield, our protection for the day, then we can also know that whatever battles face us for that day, they're already won because we've started well. So with that said, I have a challenge for you. I was looking up one of my favorite authors. He has like the best quotes, and his name is A.W. Tozer, and he's an amazing guy. And he's no longer living on this earth, but I know that we will get to see him in heaven because he was incredible. But he had this quote, or really just like an evaluation of the 7 self-reflections. And I want you to think about them today as you go about your day, these 7 reflections, and really just take time to think what we most want in our lives. That's the first one. And then what we think about most is the second one. And then how we use our money, what rest looks like, who we hang out with, like right here, and what we desire the most. And kind of funny, but what we laugh at right here. We'll put it on my face. So those 7 things really decide kind of where we're putting our treasure. I think you can figure it out, that what we laugh at, what our rest looks like, what we think about most, that can tell us a lot about ourselves. Like if you're laughing at crude things on Instagram, if you are hanging out with gossipers, if you are thinking about anger and jealousy, like reevaluate the things that you're holding in your heart and really make sure that this time is spent rebuilding that foundation, rebuilding what God has called us to in his word. And so with that, I hope that you get to enjoy a bowl of your favorite cereal in the time to come and when you're at home. And I hope that you guys do have great rest and that every so often you get to binge watch that one show. But make sure that you spend this time wisely and, enjoy your cereal. Until then, I'm just going to enjoy my cereal.